Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Sometimes when people are caught into an act or something is uncovered, they apologize. Now, you gotta make a distinction between what kind of apology that is. Do they apologize because of what they did, or they apologize for being caught? You gotta make sure you find that distinction, because in some people's apologies you can sense that they do not apologize for what they did. They kind of apologize for being uncovered doing something that they didn't want you to know. Okay, so they're like, oh my god, you called me, I apologize for that, I shouldn't be known, blah, blah. You're gonna figure it out. Now we have here a little article where we have the South Korean president. All right, I think president. Yeah. He makes a statement. And then his office, after he makes the statement, after his office, like Biden, comes and say, whoa. Actually, what you heard is not what you heard. We tell you what you heard. Remember gaslighting? That's exactly what these guys are. Like I tell you, hey, outside is a beautiful day today. And then, I don't know, one weasel part of my family comes and says, no. What Emil actually meant when he said that outside is a beautiful day, he meant that outside is a bad day, is an ugly day. And you say, okay, my bad. All right? Now, this article comes from January 12th, 2023. It comes from Russia Today. South Korea may acquire nuclear weapons. The president says, and I will quote what the president says, okay? So we don't, Emil said it's a beautiful day tomorrow or today. Yoon Suk-yeol said the country has the technology to build its own arsenal in response to tensions with Pyongyang. Okay, you have the technology. Well, you got some bosses settling you, and I don't think you can do it without their non-permission. South Korea could arm itself with tactical nuclear weapons if tensions with Pyongyang continue to grow. The country's president Yoon Suk-yeol has said it comes after North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, the so-called woodchuck, said this month his country would develop a new intercontinental ballistic missile as the US and South Korea were seeking to, and I'm quoting, isolate and stifle Pyongyang. Well, and I'm quoting now the president of South Korea. If the North Korean nuclear problem becomes more serious, the Republic of Korea may deploy tactical nuclear weapons or come to possess its own nuclear weapons. What do you get out of this, my friends? I mean, don't drop about 30 or so IQ points from your ability, or even more, okay, to go below 86 to say, oh, he didn't say that, okay? Just use your regular IQ, which I'm very confident you have it above 110, okay? So let's see. If the North Korean nuclear problem becomes more serious, the Republic of Korea, South Korea, may deploy tactical nuclear weapons. So may deploy them, that means America, I allow you to put them right here, okay? Or come to possess its own nuclear weapons, or have its own. What's the misunderstanding here? If those guys becomes more serious, if North Korea problem becomes more serious, what do you mean more serious? Now that's a very subjective event. It's more serious if, let's say, the woodchuck sends 5 missiles tomorrow instead of 2 missiles. That becomes more serious. Therefore, South Korea say, that's right there, more serious. Let's go. You see, it depends on whatever these guys perceive as being more serious. I think it's already more serious, if you know what I mean. But hey, I like when they say, oh, when it becomes more serious. Okay, is that a subjective assessment? Yeah, so, all right, okay. But only the mere thought, and that was verbalized, tells me that these guys, goes through their little heads what's going on over there and what they want to do. Yoon who became president last year, said during a government meeting on Wednesday, as quoted by local media. So he said that, according to the media, during a government meeting. And I'm quoting again, if that happens, it won't take long, and with our science and technology, we could have, in parentheses, nuclear weapons sooner as time passes. Now, Yoon added, the nuclear weapons is in parentheses, so let's read it in the context. If that happens, it won't take long, and with our science and technology, we could have sooner as time passes. So that means acquiring those weapons, if it's in the same context. But the first sentence that I read, it's enough. You don't need a second one. They just give you a deadline, kind of, or what that they have the ability. The U.S. pulled its nuclear forces from South Korea in 1991 following disarmament talks with Pyongyang and Moscow. Relations have since deteriorated. Okay, I'm not going to read what happened over there because it's propaganda left and right. Yoon, the president of South Korea, said on Tuesday that the allies were discussing holding new joint military drills, including tabletop and computer simulations, as well as exercises involving the, and I'm quoting, delivery means for nuclear weapons. Again, nuclear weapons. And I quoted that, delivery means for nuclear weapons. U.S. President Joe Biden, however, denied on Monday that Washington was considering joint nuclear drills with South Korea. Well, you can deny how much, and it was Monday, and these guys said that on Wednesday and Tuesday, right? Remember, it says Yoon said on Tuesday that the allies were discussing holding new joint military drills, including tabletop and computer simulations, as well as exercises involving the delivery means for nuclear weapons, he said on Tuesday, and Biden on Monday denied on Monday that Washington was considering joint nuclear drills with South Korea. I mean, are you tired? I'm not. So let's move on. Now, Pyongyang has insisted that its launches are a response to U.S.-South Korea exercises, which North Korea views as a national security threat. Well, yeah. And then we have the other article from Sputnik. It says South Korean president's office refutes statements about possible nuclear weapons acquisition. This is my family tards coming and say, hey, Emil did not say today is a beautiful day outside. Today is a bad day outside, okay? That's what he said. What you heard is not what you heard. Now this is the, okay, and you, okay, but why should I believe you now? And why should I believe you? I mean, is that Emil a tard? It's up to you to determine that, because obviously I don't think I am. So let's go. The South Korean government's position regarding the implementation of the Treaty of Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons remained unchanged. The President Yoon Sung-yeol's words about the possibility of obtaining nuclear weapons by South Korea are theoretical, the country's presidential office said on Thursday. And I'm quoting now, so we make sure we quote the tard, not the... President Yoon Sung-yeol has taken a theoretical stance, meaning that it is necessary to respond decisively to the North Korean nuclear threat. There is no change in the South Korean fundamentally abides by the Treaty of Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons. The government is focused on strengthening and the extended deterrence of South Korea and the United States to effectively contain the threat from North Korea, the presidential office said. Now, on Wednesday, South Korean leader said that his country could host foreign blah blah blah. We already discussed that. I would like to remind you, what this guy said. He didn't say theoretical. He said like when North Korea will do something that threatens us more than it does, we will do this. Or we may. So there's not a theoretical sometimes some people are coming over, and if they come over, we might react in a Red Rover. It's not like that. You know exactly who this guy is talking about and exactly what response he's talking about. Names North Korea, South Korea, nuclear weapons, escalation, or whatever, word he used here. If North Korea's problem becomes more serious. North Korea, the Republic of South Korea may deploy tactical nuclear weapons or come to possess its own nuclear weapons. Theoretical, yeah, you can. It's planning. I mean, you talk about it. If you talk about it, it means there must be some discussion somewhere. I mean, I don't think that Kim Jong-un, whatever, not this guy is a different name, the South Korean guy, president, just say, you know what, I think that if those guys get crazier, we should develop that. What do you think? I just thought about, oh, we never thought about that, Mr. President. Now that you say it, yeah, maybe it makes sense. Well, what are the bosses going to say? The bosses were not going to agree with that. It's okay, maybe they're going to deploy theirs. Yeah, I think they will do that. They will definitely do that. So that's what I think. So no smoke without a fire. Remember, if you see smoke somewhere, it must be a fire. It's the same here. If these guys are talking about it, I guarantee you they seriously talked about it. And then the weasels came in, hey, this guy already said it too early. Jesus Christ, not now. Get him back there, inject him with some testosterone and get him some, so he can release some of his energy, if you know what I mean. This is what's going on here. You leave these guys, make this kind of statements, and then you come, hey man, maybe I was ahead of my skis, if you know what I mean. I don't how should I say it? I foresee, it's very, very, very possible and probable that the United States could deploy this kind of weapons over there. I don't think I'm like 0%. I don't think, let's say, I support 0% that the South Koreans will develop their own. They will not be allowed. They will not be allowed by many, many interests, if you know what I mean. But deployment of other countries, yes, I see that very, very, very easily. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.